What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Tapping in, tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. Tapping in to this frequency. Yeah. Sex alchemy. Sex alchemy. What is it? What is sex alchemy? What is sex alchemy? It's a frequency. Sex alchemy is a frequency. It's a frequency that you tap into. And just because you can, what up, what up? And just because you could tap into this frequency doesn't mean you share it with the world, meaning like having sex with anyone. Peace. It's more about tapping into your creativity. Tapping into your creativity. That's the power of tapping into your own sexual energy. It will bring out the creativity within you. It'll bring out manifestations. It'll bring out the dark energy. It'll bring out your true self. Now, don't get it mixed up or confused with, someone out here doing whatever. Nah, it's not about that. It's about honing in on it, honing in on your own power, and using it to create, using it to create something. Because when I started tapping more into the sexual energy, the sensual energy, I was getting more creative. Like, it was like boom, boom, like creativity just went off the chart. Rich rising. So when you're in tune with yourself and you feeling kind of worthy and you're not suppressing it, a lot of people are suppressing their sexual energy, sensual energy, dark energy, their own energy, because someone told them it was bad to express themselves or to be in their energy, or even like traumas and stuff like that. Back in the day, like whatever happened, they're like, oh, I don't want to tap into that sexual energy because that's a trigger for me. And I don't feel worthy of expressing myself because I'm going to go back and relive all these old things that's happened. And we need to unblock that. We need to unblock that and tap more into the dark energy, the creative energy, so you can be whole again. Be whole. That's the sex alchemy. Sex alchemy is getting on the frequency and bringing everything to you. Once I started tapping into like my own sexual energy, I know it's like natural. Wherever I go, people are nice. Wherever I go, people are nice. Like opening the doors, giving me things. I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like tapping into your own sexual energy. Tapping into sex alchemy. See, sex alchemy is on the fifth dimension. It's more mental. It's more mental. And then, when it's mental, then it becomes physical. Physical. And let me tie this in with relationships and feeling worthy of relationships through sex alchemy. See, when you make yourself feel a certain way, feel worthy, feel excited, feel within your power, you're going to be able to be appreciated to be with someone and feeling worthy with someone. Because I see a lot of relationships start and it feels like good, like, oh, it's too good to be true because it's something that you're not used to. You're not yourself. Like, oh, I could be myself here. But then you're afraid of yourself. So when you tap within yourself and being comfortable and being worthy of your own desires and sexual energy, you're able to embrace somebody else's energy. It's all alchemy. It's all working with yourself. Tap into your sexuality. Men, women, tap into that. It's like a flow. It's like it's like having sex with the universe, with the cosmos and stuff like that. Which part of my sexuality is true as part of self-love and emotions, which is mental as well. Yeah, it's all mental. It's like, are you afraid to write down things? Are you afraid to express yourself, even to yourself? Like, do you open yourself up to yourself? Like, are you connected to yourself? So you could be connected to other people. So those also the same when you're intimate, that you feel at home. Yeah, you're gonna feel at home when you like connected to yourself and you feeling worthy of that. Like, all right, I can feel safe. I can feel at home and um, not feel uncomfortable because there's something there. There's something deep there that you need to address. Yeah, allowing the doors to open. The doors opening. That, and it carries over to business. It carries over to everything. It carries over to creativity. Like me, I was kind of blocked creativity. Like my creativity was blocked because I was not even in touch with my sexuality. I was like, oh, that's bad. Or like, it was like I was suppressing it subconsciously until I'm like, wait, let me tap in a frequency to allow myself to even feel my own sexuality, my own power. Yeah, for 3 days, journal it. Journal it and feel it. It's like you're connecting it to your heart. See, your sexual energy is connected to your heart and then your mind. So it's like the mind, heart, and then you're able to create things. Then you're able to do business. Then you're able to allow money to come in. You allow friends to come. You allow relationships to happen. You're not running from it. You're not running from it. You're allowing it. You're really allowing it. And some people want to force things. Some people want to force it. And and when you're worthy of it, oh, please, please, when you're worthy of like a divine connection, embrace it. Embrace that connection. Because you're embracing yourself. And that person is allowing you to be yourself. That's the perfect connection, when they're allowing you to be yourself and you could be yourself. Because sometimes we get with the wrong people and they make us feel bad for being ourselves because we're with the wrong people. We're not with the people who aligned with what we want, with what we see, what we want in life, like what you want in reality. Like, love that person for being them, and they'll love you for being yourself. So it's all connected. It's really all connected. You just gotta really connect the dots and be more in tune with yourself. And that's why I'm offering the services I'm offering. Because I'm like, people need to tap in to their own heart space, their own sexual, their dark energy, their true selves, like whole, being whole again, and feeling good about it, and not caring about what anyone says. Because people, they are ashamed of. If you're comfortable in yourself, if you're confident and comfortable within yourself, and someone comes along and they like get mad at you for being comfortable, it's because they're not comfortable within themselves. They're not comfortable within themselves. Oh, love you too. Yeah, it's bringing the light, bringing it to the light. I see a lot of stuff on social media. Like, I'm like, okay, no one's really talking about this in a way of tapping into your own self, into your own sexual energy. I see a few people do it, but yeah, their projection, their insecurities. But we just can't take it on. We cannot take it on. Like, if you're an empath, this is how you kind of not absorb someone else's energy, is by being and knowing. It's like, the more you know yourself, the less you take on other people's stuff. The less you take on other people's stuff. The more you know yourself, the more you are in your own energy, the less you're going to take on other people's stuff. That's how you kind of combat that empath, like, oh, taking on other people's energy and all this other stuff. Is being true to yourself, because you know who you are. Sometimes we get lost in other people. We get lost in other people's energy and realities, that we forget who we are. Peace, peace. We forget who you are. Expressing yourself openly on social media naked is okay. Yeah, that is okay. I know someone who does that. She's on, her name is like Sexy Spirit TV. She's on Instagram. She be like naked on social media talking to people. So go on Instagram and type that up, and yeah, like she would, and see, my energy is like natural, because my sexual energy is natural. See, some people's sexual energy is naturally, like they're naturally with it. We all have that natural thing. We all have these natural gifts. And she was drawn to me. I was like, oh. I was like, okay. I was like, oh. She was drawn to me. It's like, yeah, something about you was drawn to me. I was like, okay. So I was just teaching about astrology and stuff like that. You got back on TikTok? Yeah, she is dope. She's dope. Probably got back on TikTok to create and go into the studio next week to make music. Yeah, tap into your music. Tap into TikTok. These are all blockages. Like, sexuality and creativity goes hand in hand. It's just knowing how to wield it, and knowing how to control it, and knowing when to embrace it, and not let it rule you and have sex with the wrong people, or be tempted to have sex with the wrong people. Because when you're in this energy, you're going to attract everything. So everything is going to come at you. Everything is going to come at you. The good, the bad, the ugly is just how you flow with it. How you flow with it. I ain't going to say, oh, it's all good, because being that light, you can attract whatever. Like, it's like a Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy. Risings. My creativity is there, is trying to bring it forth. I get stuck there. Yeah, you're attracting a lot of different energies right now. Yeah, just make sure, like, who's there for business, friends, like associates, like as people coming to you, make sure you give them, what their purpose is. What's their purpose there? Are your creativity stuck? So I don't know. Write something. Write something. Um, this is why I go in the dark and use my imagination. Going in the dark and use my imagination is what I do. Attract a lot of masks. Um, if you attract a lot of masks, just do protection spells. And this is one thing. People are saying everyone doing spells or certain people are doing spells. I'm like, y'all should be doing rituals if you know how to do it. Or go to people who know how to do it. So if you're attracting certain people, all you gotta do is doing protection spells and you won't attract the crazy people. When you're doing protection over your energy, you're not gonna attract the people with the mask. Oh, you're a writer? You're a writer. So write something. Write something that you dream about, that you think about. Yeah, do one tonight. They all want some light. Yeah, they all want light. People want light, and with that light, you got to have boundaries with people. With that light, you got to have boundaries with people. That's it. Everybody want the glow. Everybody want the glow. And some people just want to talk to you. Some people just want to talk. And I help other people find their own glow, find their own what makes them special, what makes them a star. And it's connected to sexual energy, it's connected to their creativity. So I'm within the darkness though, but I'm just finding people who's like I'm both, like the darkness and the light. But if y'all see me in the astral realm and all that, I be in the dark. I'm that dark alchemist in the flesh. So yeah, we need some dark beings like me to talk about things people are afraid of. I mean, people are afraid to talk about sex, or people are afraid to talk about dark energy or sensuality. It's comfortable with me. Yeah, I don't give my number out on social media, to be honest. I don't like my energy being pulled on for no reason, no purpose. Yeah, that's when you get a business number, or you get like a service. When people want to talk to you and stuff like that, you get a service. You get certain things that you can serve people. If that's your calling. If that is your calling. Like, that's what I'm like, what's your purpose? That's why I say, oh, the soul contract. When I looked at my soul contract, it shed light on a lot of things. What I'm going to be doing, and ever since then, I began upgrades. I have been getting upgrades. Upgrades for like a few weeks. I'm going to be getting upgraded. So what's going on now is y'all might get some upgrades and going into fifth dimension, eighth dimension, whatever dimension you want to get on. That's where that sex alchemy comes into. That sex alchemy is the higher level, higher plane of creation. That's all it is. That's all it is. And it is really connected to your body and your mind and your heart. That's what it is. But I'm going to be dropping the services sometime this week. Do I read soul contracts? Well, see, I could go into the Akashic Records and do all that stuff. I could tap into the soul contracts, but I allow someone else to do that because I know they're experts with it that could renegotiate it for you. They can actually tap into your soul contract and change it for you. They can change it for you. Um, yeah. And if I do want that information to her, like she's she's on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. What's her Ascension Cure? Ascension Cure. So I had my soul contract read and yeah, my protection, my connection is to fire dragons and stuff like that. Like tapping into your soul origin and all that. I seen everything. Well, she showed me everything. She showed me everything. It was very, very, very interesting. Even though I knew I could do the things she showed me I could do, but yeah, and she couldn't even tap into a lot of my stuff because she didn't have access to the portals and dimensions where I can go. So I'm going to have to do the rest of the work. See, some people can't go where you could go. You got to do the work. You got to tap more into yourself. You got to go out there and tap in. But I'm out here by New York. I'm out here. But I'm about to end this live. Yeah, I haven't been on live for a minute. I was like, let me come on live. Let me come live. Tap in. Tap in. So yeah, just tap more into your creativity. Tap more into your sexuality. Tap into your true self. And see y'all later. See y'all later.